Okay, yogis, thank you so much for being here. Welcome. Appreciate you taking time to do yoga with me today. I want to take a moment to congratulate and announce our winners of the August challenge. We have here with us today winner Phil Duke. Yay, Phil. And then also Louisa, Gabrielle, and Sue Savarino are also the winners. So congratulations for taking such good care of your bodies. Gabrielle, well, you're not here, I don't think. I thought you were going to be here. Anyways, congratulations to all of our winners of the August challenge, and don't spend the money all at once. We're continuing our series on boosting our immune system. Oh, there's our other winner. Gabrielle, I just congratulated you. Oh, don't have the audio on yet. Hi, Gabriel. I just congratulated you for winning the August challenge. Give yourself a hand.
Oh, thank you, yay.
Don't spend all the money at one time. All righty. Boosting our immune system. Our immune system is governed by our lymphatic system, which consists of your spleen and a whole about 500 or 600 lymph nodes throughout your body that help flush out all the toxins. Your spleen is up here. Then you also have a thymus up here that helps your adaptive immunity. And your lymphatic system does not work on its own. It needs to be stimulated. And we stimulate it by doing movements with our body and deep breathing exercises, AKA yoga. So we're going to start with our breath. Have you ever had to do something that you really didn't want to do, like go into a room, into a meeting with somebody that you didn't want to do? And before you go in, you take a deep breath and then you sigh. And then you go in and challenge or tackle whatever that challenge was. So that's called your prana breath. That is your prana breath. That particular breath gives you energy and focus to take on whatever that is that you need to take on. So let's do that a couple of times ourselves here. Prana breath, where you inhale very deeply through your nose and then sigh your exhale out. At your own pace, do like 3 of them. Okay, that's called prana breath. Prana is breath, but this particular type of breath is called prana breath because there are 5 different categories of the prana that we know. Next, we're going to do the deep diaphragmatic breathing, and we're going to use our hands today to feel the oxygen coming in and out of our body. So one hand goes on your belly, the other hand goes on your chest. And this is really good for stimulating your lymph nodes because as you inhale, your diaphragm contracts downward and massages that spleen that's so important, and all the other internal organs that are down there in your abdomen area. Close your eyes and focus on just your normal chest breathing to start, and feel your hand on your chest rise and fall. And then very slowly at your own pace, you know what you're doing here. In through your nose, deep, long, full breaths. And as you inhale, feel the hand on your chest rise. Continue inhaling until you feel your hand on your belly rise. And then when you exhale, do it very completely, very slowly through your nose. Feel your hand on the belly fall, the hand on your chest will fall. Take a few more at your own pace, really concentrating on where that breath is going and what it's doing for you. So as it inflates your chest area, your lung area, it's stimulating a lot of lymph nodes in your armpits, your axillary lymph nodes. And then of course the diaphragm pushes down on your spleen. Also, as you inhale deeply, your chest comes forward and your thymus is stimulated. All important parts of your immunity. One more deep diaphragmatic breath at your own pace. Take your time. Deep, full, long breaths. And if you do this every day for just a few moments, I guarantee you it will boost your immunity immensely. This is the most important thing you can do for your body, deep breathing. The most important thing you can do for your body, I repeat myself. It's scientifically proven. All right, one more breath before we go on to our asana practice, our physical practice. We're gonna do some arm movements with our breath. So start with your hands in front of your chest in, this is called Anjali Mudra. Namaste hands, Anjali Mudra. It's a mudra that connects you to your own spirituality and your divineness. Take a deep breath in, exhale. Inhale as you make your hands into laced fingers and bring your elbows up to shoulder height. Exhale as you push your palms forward and really push them away from your body so you can feel your shoulder blades on your back separate. And then inhale as you bring your palms up above your head as high as they'll go. And then unlace your fingers above your hand back to your Namaste hands, your Anjali Mudra. And then bring your palms all the way back down to your chest. So this is doing a couple things. We're enhancing our deep breathing with arm movements, and those two together are boosting our immune system by stimulating all those lymph nodes and organs. One more time, inhale, exhale. Inhale, lace the fingers, elbows up. Exhale, push your hands forward. Inhale, bring your palms up. Exhale to Namaste hands. Inhale, push your fingers up. Exhale, bring your hands back to your chest. And once again, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lace the fingers. Exhale, flip the palms forward. Inhale, bring your palms up to the ceiling. Exhale, unlace your fingers back to Namaste. Inhale, push your fingertips up. Exhale, bring your palms all the way back to your heart center. Pause for a breath or two here. And then release your hands. And then please come onto your backs with bent knees to begin our asana practice, our physical practice. And as you're on the mat with bent knees, just relax your body right now. Make sure that your back is in a neutral lumbar curve so that there's a teeny bit of space in your lower back area. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears and just relax your hands somewhere down around your hip area. So we're going to do reclined neck stretches now because there are a lot of cervical lymph nodes in the neck area. So this will help stimulate them. So take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, just turn your head to the right so that you're looking over your right shoulder so that your right ear is coming toward the mat. And then now take your left shoulder and shrug it away from your ear. So push your fingertips of your left hand down toward your feet more, and you'll feel the neck stretch be enhanced a little bit. And then take a couple of breaths here. And then bring your shoulder back up. Slowly, your head comes back to center. Inhale. Exhale as you turn your head to the left. So now your left ear is going to come toward the mat, looking over your left shoulder. And then take your right fingertips and stretch them toward your feet so that you can feel your right shoulder pull down away from your ear. And take a couple of breaths here. And then bring your shoulder back up and slowly head comes back to center. Okay, so if you're in a room by yourself, you're allowed to do this. You're going to take a really deep cough. Feel what happens when you take that cough. You contract all your belly muscles. Those are your power muscles. You feel your lower back go into the mat with that big cough, right? So that's what we're going to be contracting in the next few exercises that we're going to be doing for our abdominal strength here. So hands by your sides. Relax your shoulders down and start with your neutral spine, bent knees. And we're going to do a one-legged bicycle. So we're going to inhale, and as we exhale, we're going to bring our right knee into our chest. Inhale, straighten the right leg so that the sole of your foot is pointing to the ceiling. And then exhale slowly as you bring that leg down toward the mat. And then before you hit down on the mat, now your back should be really pushed into the mat and your abdominal muscles should be engaged. And then take a deep breath here without touching your foot down. And then exhale as you bring the knee back into your chest. One big, slow bicycle pedal. Okay, we'll do that again. Inhale as you straighten your leg, the sole of your feet up towards the ceiling. Exhale, slowly lower your leg as you're pushing your lower back into the mat. Allow your foot to hover a couple of inches off the mat. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, bring the knee back into the chest, and you can release your abdominal muscles here for a brief moment. So you have your neutral spine back now in your lower back. Okay, we'll repeat. Inhale. As you lift your leg up to the ceiling, push your lower back into the mat. Exhale as you slowly lower your leg down. Keep pushing that back into the mat, engaging those muscles in your belly. Hover a couple inches before you hit the mat. Inhale. Exhale, bring the knee back into the chest. And then bring the foot back down to the mat. And we'll move to the other side. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, left knee comes into the chest. Inhale, straighten the left leg as the sole of the foot points to the ceiling, and this is when your lower back should start pushing into the mat. Exhale, as you lower the leg, push your lower back into the mat, really engaging those coughing power muscles. Hover an inch off the mat, take a deep breath, and then exhale, bring your knee back into your chest. Repeat. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, as you lower the leg down, using your power muscles in your belly. Hover 1 inch over the mat. Inhale. Exhale, knee comes back in toward the chest. And one more time. Inhale, leg goes up. Exhale, engage your coughing muscles as your leg comes down to the mat. Hover. Inhale. Exhale, bring your knee into your chest. And then bring your other knee into your chest and take your hands onto your shins and roll on your back as you squeeze your knees toward your chest and release your back. And then come back with your feet onto the mat with bent knees again. We'll do a little bit more core work here. This is called the Lake Mudra, and it's called that because it's like swimming in a lake is what we're going to be trying to replicate here. So you're going to start with bent knees, feet flat on the mat. Both hands are down by your sides, palms facing down. Okay. Again, don't forget engaging those coughing muscles as we do this movement. So we're going to push our lower back into the mat as we extend our right leg long, but don't, and hover above the mat. And we're going to lift our left arm, opposite arm, over our head and let the hand hover an inch or so off the mat above your head. And take a deep breath here, and then exhale, rebend the knee and bring your arm all the way back down by your side. So now you get what we're doing. It's like a swimming action, opposite arm and opposite leg. Starting with a neutral back. Take a deep breath. And then exhale and take your left leg long and your right arm over your head, hovering just a couple inches off the mat. Opposite arm and leg. Take a deep breath. And as you exhale, bring your arm back down beside your hip and your foot back in to meet your other foot. Neutral spine. Take a deep breath. Exhale, extend right leg and bring your left arm over your head and hover it above your head, pushing your lower back into the mat. Breathe. One more breath in. And exhale as you bring your foot in and your arm back down. And pause, neutral back. Inhale. Exhale, left leg extends as the right arm comes over your head. Push the back into the mat. Don't touch down, just breathe, hovering above the mat, opposite arm and leg. Breathe. One more breath in. And then exhale, the knee comes in and the hand comes down beside the hip. And once more, bring both knees into your chest, hug the knees in. Roll onto your spine. Bring your feet back down onto the mat. So we're going to do a couple more full body stretches with what we just did, the Pawanmuktasana. That's massaging all of our body organs. So extend your legs long on the mat and your hands over your head, palms facing up. If it's possible to touch the backs of your palms down on the mat above your head, go ahead and do that. Take a deep breath as you stretch your fingers in one direction and stretch your feet in the other direction. Inhale. Exhale, bend your knees to your chest, bring your hands down, lace your fingers around your shins as you hug both knees into your chest, massaging all those organs, including that spleen. Take a deep breath here. As you exhale, lift your head, tuck your chin, curl your spine up, and bring your nose toward your knees. And then slowly uncurl your spine, head back down, bring your feet back down to the mat, and then extend your legs long on the mat. Bring your arms overhead, palms facing up. Inhale. Exhale as you bring your knees into your chest. Clasp your fingers around your shin. Hug the knees to the chest. Take a big deep breath here. Exhale, lift your head, shoulders, curl your spine up. Bring your nose to your knees. Feel every vertebra. And then curl back down very slowly. And then slowly drop your feet back down to the mat. And then roll over onto one side so that we can come to a seated position. And if you're using bolsters to sit on, please do so now. So twisting is does a lot of good for lots of things, but it stimulates all your lymphatic nodes in the torso area. So we're going to do some spinal twists. Sitting nice and tall. Inhale, the crown of your head reaches up to the ceiling. Exhale. Inhale, bring your arms in a T. Exhale, twist your body to the right. Left hand on the outside of the right thigh. Right hand behind you on the mat. And you're using your right hand to keep your spine vertical as you twist. You're using your left hand to leverage the twist. Breathe one deep breath here. Breathe another deep breath here. And this time, you're going to inhale. And as you exhale, keep your body twisted, but just turn your head to look forward. And then keep turning your head to look over your left shoulder. So your body's twisting right, but your head's twisting to the left. So you're stimulating all the cervical lymph nodes. Take a deep breath here. Exhale as you slowly bring your head back to center. And then continue turning your head all the way back around to the right. You're looking over your right shoulder now. Inhale. Exhale, slowly unwind your body back to center. Inhale, think about the crown of your head reaching up to the ceiling. Exhale. Inhale, open arms in a T. Exhale, twist to the left. So now the right hand comes on the left thigh, left hand parks behind you for your kickstand. Use your right arm as leverage to encourage the twist. Inhale, big breath. Exhale. Inhale, big breath. Exhale. Inhale, big breath. This time as you exhale, turn your head. Keep your body twisted. Head comes back to center. And then continue turning your head to look over your right shoulder. So your body's twisting to the left, head's turned to the right. Take a couple big breaths here. Inhale. And exhale, slowly bring your head back around, all the way around to your left, and then turn to look over your left shoulder. Inhale. Exhale, really slowly come back to center with your body. Good. Now, please come off of your bolsters and sit with your knees bent in front of you and prop your hands up behind you. So however is comfortable for you, placing your hands. If they need to go out to the side or fingers slightly pointed toward the back, that's fine. You just want to keep your shoulders happy here. We're going to do some hip opening movements. Walk your feet about hip width distance apart from each other. And now we're going to allow our knees to fall to the right. So we're going to come off of our left hip, and our left knee is going to come toward our right heel. Now your right leg doesn't have to come all the way to the mat, but if it does, that's fine. If it doesn't, that's okay. But the point is you're twisting your torso, bringing your left knee toward your right heel. And then slowly unwind back to center. Inhale. Exhale, let the knees fall to the left. So this time your right knee's coming toward the left heel. Your right hip is off the mat. You're twisting your body. Your knees don't have to come all the way down. And then back to center. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, knees fall to the right. Left knee toward the right heel. And then back to center. Inhale. Exhale, knees fall to the left. Right knee toward the left heel. And then slowly back to center. Now please come onto your hands and knees in table position, patting your knees accordingly to keep them happy here. Lining up your wrists underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. With a flat back, inhale. Exhale, bring your bottom towards your heels, elongating your spine. And then inhale very slowly, push back to table. So we're making small movements, greasing our joints, lubricating our joints here. Inhale, flat back. Exhale very slowly as you bring your bottom toward your heels, towards a child pose. Feeling all your joints being lubricated. Inhale as you pop back up to table. Flat back inhale. Exhale, push into your cat back by tucking your chin and tailbone, arching your back to the ceiling, feeling your shoulder blades separate as you push that mat away, curling your spine upward, feeling your vertebra open. And then very slowly through your nose, inhale as you drop your belly toward the mat and come into your cow pose, extending your spine long, forehead forward, tailbone back, banana back. And then exhale as you slowly, deliberately push back into your cat, very slowly, feeling your spine flex. And then inhale very slowly as you allow your belly to drop down, allowing your spine to extend. And then back to neutral table. Inhale. Exhale, bring your right knee up towards your chest. Tuck your chin. Inhale, kick your right leg back behind you, level your hips. Place your right toes down onto the mat. Then put weight into your right hand and then twist open to the left. And then that hand comes down. Keep your right leg extended and walk that right foot over to the left side of your body. And then look over your left shoulder, see if you can see your foot and feel how your right rib cage opens up. You're extending open, your left ribs are flexed. Take a deep breath and then slowly move the foot back behind you, straight back. Take a deep breath here. Exhale, lift your foot off the mat, your right foot off the mat, and lift your left arm off the mat into our balancing table. So right leg, left arm are parallel to the mat, extended. Engage those coughing muscles so that you can feel your belly tighten as you breathe several times through your nose, big breaths. The hand comes down and the knee comes down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bring your left knee up towards your nose. And then inhale, left leg straight back behind you. And then plant your left toes down, extending the leg long behind you. Put weight into your left hand and then lift your right arm as you twist open to the right. And then the right hand comes down, leg keeps extended. And then walk the foot over to the right side of your body so you can look over your right shoulder, opening up the left ribs. Breathe. And then foot walks back directly behind you. And now we're going to lift the left leg parallel to the mat. The right arm lifts parallel to the mat into our balancing table, engaging all those core muscles. And breathe. And then breathe again. And one more time. Hand comes down, the knee comes back in, and we're going to come all the way down onto our bellies now. And from here, take your hands wide on your mat, as wide as your mat is, so that they're lined up, your hands are lined up approximately underneath your, in line with your shoulders underneath your elbow. So very wide. Cobra is what we're going to do here. Think about pushing your pelvis into the mat and then separate your legs just a few inches so that they're in a V. And roll your thighs in toward each other. So as you press your pelvis and your thighs into the mat, just feel your thighs roll inward toward each other. In other words, the outside edges of your thighs are going toward the mat. And keep that rotation and keep pushing your thighs and the tops of your feet, if possible, and your pelvis into the mat, and then push into your hands just to lift your chest up off the mat into a wide cobra. So bring your shoulders down from your ears as you lift up. You don't have to lift up very high, but just make sure your shoulders are not like this, that your shoulders are down from your ears. Keep pressing that pelvis into the mat. Breathe. Chest is forward. Breathe. Good. And then come all the way down and push back to table. And then come on up to on your knees. Grab your blocks, assuming you have blocks. I think all of you do. And then take one block and place it between your thighs, like so, skinny way. Unless you have really big hips, and then you can put it the medium length way. But you want to keep your thighs about hip width distance apart here. And then take the other block and start on the right side. Take the other block and put it next to your outside edge of your right foot. So this is going to be a big chest opener, which is going to facilitate the stimulation of all the thymus, but all the lymph nodes here in the axillary area. It's also going to help our back muscles. So we're going to take our left hand and hold it onto our lower back, like so. Whatever's comfortable for you. My fingers are pointing down. Yours don't have to be, as long as you're supporting your lower back here. And then you're going to take your right arm and bring it forward in a big circle, inhaling as you reach up toward the ceiling. And then exhale, just rotate the arm back down behind you and then come beside you. And then once again, inhale as you roll arm up in a big circle behind you as you exhale, and then back down. And then inhale again, up. Exhale, come behind you. This time, if you can take that hand and rest it on the block, go ahead and do that. If not, you can put both hands on your lower back. And you want to keep squeezing that block between your knees, because what that's doing, or between your thighs, it's helping you keep that internal thigh rotation. And that helps protect your lower back. And then just open your chest up to the ceiling, bring your shoulders back, and breathe. Keep squeezing the block between your thighs. Breathe. And then come back up and release your hand down. Shake your hands out, and we'll move the block from the right to the left. So this is called Ustrasana, or Ardha Ustrasana, half of a camel pose. Right hand comes to support your lower back, however is comfortable for you. Left arm, you inhale forward, all the way up, and then back as you exhale. Inhale forward, all the way up, and back as you exhale. And one more time, forward, all the way up, and then back. And this time, maybe you can land your hand on the block and try to keep your chest forward. And keep control of your head. You can look up as long as you don't let your head fling back. Push your chest forward. Squeeze the block between your legs to remind you to keep your thighs internally rotated. Push your thighs forward. Breathe. Good back strengthener in addition to an immune system booster. Big breaths. And then very slowly back up. Release, shake, remove blocks. Now, I'm going to show you how to do a downward dog with blocks. You may already know this, may have already showed you. This comes in handy sometimes, especially if your wrists ever get sore. This is good to help your wrists. It's just a different way to get weight to the back end of your body in a downward dog, because the tendency for people is to put too much weight into their front part of their body. So you're going to take your hands on your block. Your blocks are in a V shape. You're going to take your hands with the thumb on the back of the block and your fingers on the top of the block pointing forward. Hope you can see me okay like that. So your middle finger is pointing toward actually the corner of the block, and your thumbs are behind the block. Okay, so now you want to grip your fingers onto that block as if you were on the mat. So just make sure your knuckles are taking some of the pressure here, and then we're going to push up into our downward facing dog. So you're going to tuck your toes, lift your knees off the mat, and then bring your hips way up in the air. Make sure your blocks are on something that's not going to slip away from you. And then just as if your hands were on the mat, pull your forearms toward each other so that your shoulders move outward from each other on the upper back. Keep your fingers engaged onto the block with knuckles slightly bent, a lot of pressure into your finger pads. Bend the knees, get the hips way up in the air. Your head is melting between your arms, and your chest is melting toward your thighs. And hopefully you can feel how the elevation of your hands on the blocks help you get your weight a little bit more to the back end of your body. Rotate your thighs inward slightly as if you're holding a block between your thighs, and that will also engage the back part of your body. And now bend your knees a lot as you sort of walk up to your hands. And then very slowly rise up. And inhale, reach up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, arms in a T. Anjali Mudra. And then Tadasana. I have a little fun balancing series that I want to do with you now. It's the 3-part balancing series. And the first one is called the palm tree. It's a palm tree because you're putting the palms of your hands together like so. And then starting in Tadasana, feet underneath your hips, square up your feet. We're going to inhale, and as we push our fingertips up to the ceiling, we're going to come up onto our tippy toes. And then pause here, and then come down onto your heels and bring your hands back down to your center chest. Okay, palm tree. We'll do that again. Inhale. Exhale as you push your hands up and come onto your tippy toes. This is a good calf strengthener. And then all the way back down, and the hands come back to chest. And we'll do that one more time. They say that when you have your hands together, especially your fingertips, it helps your balance, something about the nerve endings in your fingertips. Okay, inhale as you come on up. Pause, couple breaths here on your tiptoes. It's not something we do often, so it's not that easy. And come on down as you exhale, hands back to the chest, and then all the way back to Tadasana. So that's part 1 of this little balance series. Part 2 is going to be a tightrope walk. So come to the back of your mat. Pretend you're going to walk on a tightrope here. Bring whatever foot you want, one in front of the other. So heel to toe. You should touch your heel to your toe so that your feet are touching each other. So you're not going to look down as you do this. You're going to look ahead, and you're going to just go by feel. You can bring your arms to the side just like a tightrope walker, and then just walk. So step, bring the other foot in front, touch the heel down with the toe, and then step again, touching down, heel to toe on that rope, and step, touch down, heel to toe. Use your arms for balance. And again, this is a sobriety test, so see how you do here. And then do it after you have a glass of wine and see how you do. And then one more time, come forward until you get to the front of your mat. I think I have one more step to go until you get, yep, there I am. All right. Now, that was the easy part. The hard part is going backwards. From here, you're going to step back, heel to toe. 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 Step back, heel to toe, till you get to the back of your mat. And now pat your head while you rub your stomach. I'm just kidding, that's not part of it. All right, that was part 2. Part 3, crane and crescent. Starting in Tadasana, so that you get your ground roots. We're going to bring our arms up like wings. These are the crane wings, fingers pointing down, loose wrists. And then you're going to bring your right knee up in front of you. This is your crane. Couple of breaths here. And now you're going to swing your right leg back behind you. Bring your arms up. So now you're on your right toes and you're bending your left knee. Palms are facing each other. And then look up between your palms to keep your balance, lean backwards. Okay, now we're going to come back upright And then go back to your crane by shifting your weight onto the left foot, bringing the right leg back up in front of you, fingers dangling, back to your crane, and then return to Tadasana. Good. Okay, other foot, shift your weight to your right foot this time. Come into your crane wings. Left knee comes in front of you. A couple of breaths here. Make sure your shoulders stay relaxed. Wrists are relaxed. Okay, now step your left foot back, a big step back, arms up, Urdhva Hastasana, palms facing each other, your front knees bent. You got weight into your back heel. Open your chest forward and maybe look up slowly between your hands in a crescent, lean backward. And then back upright. And then shifting the weight back into your right foot. Bring the left leg in front, back to your crane. Good. And then back to Tadasana. Excellent. Okay. I'm going to do a little flow now. Coming to the top of your mat. Starting in Tadasana. Relax your shoulders. Chest is forward. Thighs are rotated in slightly. Your belly muscles are engaged. Your head's right on top of the shoulders. Inhale, arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, bring your arms in a T, open your chest forward, back to Anjali Mudra. Inhale, push your hands together, up to the ceiling, reach up. Exhale, crescent to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, bring your palms back down to your heart center. Inhale, push your palms back up. Exhale, crescent left. Inhale, back up. Exhale, bring your hands down to your heart center. And then release back to Tadasana. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, bend your knees, come into your chair. So your tailbone's pointing down and your palms are facing each other. Now open your arms in a T, keep sitting in your chair. And then take a deep breath here. Exhale as you twist your body to the right. So now your left hand's going to hold the outside of your right thigh and your right arm is going to reach behind you. Keep sitting in that chair. And then swing back forward into the regular chair. And then inhale up. Exhale, arms in a T. Anjali Mudra. Inhale up, palms facing each other, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, chair. Make sure your tailbone's pointing down and you have equal weight in all four corners of your feet. Inhale, open your arms, keep your chair. Exhale, twist to the left. This time your right hand's going to come on the outside of the left thigh and your left arm is reaching behind you as far as you can. And then very slowly come back forward, back into chair. And then slowly rise up, inhale. Exhale, arms in a T. Anjali Mudra. Okay, inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend your knees and forward fold and let your hands come to your blocks or your mat with bent knees. Take your right hand onto your left shin or ankle. So your knees are bent now, both knees are bent. And then lift your left arm, twist open to the left. Now you're going to straighten your left leg as much as you can. Keep your right knee bent as you open your arm to the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, come back down. And then very slowly rise up. Inhale, reach up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, arms in a T. Anjali Mudra. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend your knees, forward fold all the way down, placing your hands on the mat or a block. Now this action here is boosting our immune system, just this forward fold, because we're putting pressure on our organs, but also because we're stimulating our nasal passages, which is one of our first lines of defense, our cilia and the mucous membrane and our nasal passages to filter out all the toxins before they go into our body. Let your left hand onto your right shin or ankle. Keep both knees bent, and then open your right arm up toward the ceiling as you straighten your right leg. Keeping your left knee bent. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, bring the hand back down. Keep the knees bent. Slowly rise up. Inhale. Exhale, arms in a T. Back to Anjali Mudra. Okay, we're going to put all those together now. Take a deep breath as you inhale. Bring your fingertips up toward the ceiling. Exhale, crescent right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale into your chair. Inhale, open arms in a T, keeping your chair. Exhale, twist to the right, left hand on the right thigh, right arm behind. Keep sitting in that chair. Come back to center, into your chair. Inhale here. Exhale, place both hands on your thighs. Straighten your legs, flatten your back. Extend your spine long, thinking about your head going forward, tailbone back. This is half of a forward fold. Body's in an L shape. Inhale here. Exhale, bend your knees a lot. Bring your hands down to the mat or a block. And now take your left hand onto your right shin or ankle, keeping both knees bent. And then lift your right arm open to the right as you straighten your right leg. Keep your left knee bent. One more deep breath. Exhale, bring your arm down. Keep your knees bent. Slowly come up. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, arms in a T. Anjali Mudra. Inhale, palms go up. Exhale, crescent to the left. Inhale, up. Exhale, chair. Inhale. Exhale, open arms in a T. Inhale. Exhale, twist to the left. The right hand comes to the left thigh. Left arm reaches behind you. Slowly come back forward into your chair. Inhale. Exhale, hands on your thighs, straighten your legs, flatten your back into your extended half forward fold. Inhale. Exhale, bend your knees a lot. Bring your hands all the way down to the mat or block. Take the right hand onto the left calf or ankle. Inhale as you lift your left arm up toward the ceiling, straightening your left leg as you go. Right knee stays bent. Take a deep breath. Exhale as you bring your hand down. And then slowly rise up. Inhale. Exhale, arms in a T. Anjali Mudra. Okay, inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend your knees, forward fold all the way down onto blocks or mat, and then step back, both feet, so that you can come into your downward facing dog. You can either use blocks here or not, as you wish. I'm going to take a couple of breaths in downward dog, and as you're in downward dog, think about you're spreading your fingers, putting weight into the finger pads, slightly bending the knuckles, rotating your thighs inward, squeezing your forearms toward each other. Hips are way in the air. Your chest is melting down. Your head is melting between your arms. And then bring your knees all the way down. And then come all the way back down to the mat and come onto your backs, please. Having a block handy and a strap, if you're going to use a strap. I'll show you where we can use it. So on our backs, knees bent, we're going to do a reclined pigeon. So this is where a strap can come in handy. We'll start with your, pick up your right ankle and place it on top of your left thigh. So your left leg is bent, right ankle on the left thigh, flex your right foot. And then before you do anything else, just take your right hand on your right thigh and push the thigh away from you so you feel an opening in that hip joint. Okay, now release. We're going to thread our hands through to lace our fingers behind our left thigh. This is where you can use a strap. Strap is simply an extension of your hands. So if you have trouble clasping your fingers behind your left thigh, just take the belt, put it underneath your left thigh, and then just grab the belt, lift your left leg off the mat, and just pull the belt in towards you. And keep pushing your right thigh outward. So the belt's taking place of your fingers clasping behind your left thigh. It's an extension of your arms. So make sure you can relax your head back down on the mat, and hopefully the belt helps you do that. And let your right elbow push your right thigh away as you bring your left thigh in towards your chest. So this is stimulating we have lots and lots of lymph nodes in our pelvic area and our groin area. And this is helping stimulate those linguinal lymph nodes, they're called. Release your leg, your thigh, put the foot back down, uncross, and then let's go to the other side. Left ankle on the right thigh. If you're using a belt, thread your belt behind your right thigh. But first you're going to just take your left hand on your left thigh and push it away so you can just feel an opening in that hip joint first. Keep your foot flexed. Now you're going to lift your right foot off the mat, thread your left hand between your legs. Your right hand comes on the outside of the right thigh, and here's where you can use a belt or not. Either lace your fingers behind the thigh, or bring the belt around the thigh, and then rest your head down onto the mat. Make sure that your neck is relaxed, your shoulders are relaxed. Keep your feet flexed, and then take your left elbow and push your left leg away as you bring your right leg into your chest. And release. Bring your foot back down, uncross the legs. And then take your block, lift your hips, place your sacrum on the block. And you can either stay here with your feet on the mat in a supported bridge, or you can allow your legs to float up into waterfall. And this mild inversion. Another thing you could do if you don't have any time, not now, but any time during your day that you want to have a little bit of a break, you can put your legs up a wall. You can put a pillow underneath your sacrum to lift your legs up, or you can just put your calves on a chair. Lie on your back and let your calves rest on a chair. So your legs would be in a 90-degree angle then. This is really good to take a break like this during our busy days. And this is a super immune booster because in doing this, we're reducing stress, reducing cortisol levels. We're also temporarily taking the pressure of gravity off of our spine and organs. So our organs are turned upside down and they're being massaged in a different way, that all important spleen. If you have any edema at all in your lower extremities, this helps reduce that. And now please slowly lower your legs, feet back onto the mat. Lift your hips, remove the block. And then walk your feet together, bring your arms in a T, and then bring the soles of your feet to each other as you allow your knees to fall open to the sides. So this is allowing gravity to take over your groin area. So this is stimulating all those lingual lymph nodes. Just using gravity to open your hips and your groin muscles, your adductor muscles. Your adductor muscles are on the inside of your legs in the groin area. In Sanskrit, this is called Supta Baddha Konasana. Okay, now please very slowly bring your knees back together. Extend your legs long on the mat. Bring your arms by your sides and come into your favorite Shavasana pose. Taking your time to get comfortable however you like. Shavasana is our relaxation pose for mind and body. It's super important to do every day. So many things that we have to do every day. We have to breathe, we have to meditate. Focus on your breath. Focus on relaxing your body. As I read you some imagery. Imagery helps relaxation, helps relax your mind. This is a poem by Mary Oliver, who I've been profiling in the last few weeks. American poet. This is from her book, Devotions. And the title of the poem is Terns, T-E-R-N-S, not T-U, T-E, as in the bird, terns. Don't think just now of the trudging forward of thought, but of the wing drive of unquestioning affirmation. It's summer. You never saw such a blue sky, and here they are, those white birds with quick wings, sweeping over the waves, chattering and plunging, their thin beaks snapping, their hard eyes happy as little nails. The years to come, and this is a promise, will grant you ample time to try the difficult steps in the empire of thought, where you seek for the shining proofs you think you must have. But nothing you ever understand will be sweeter or more binding than this deepest affinity between your eyes and the world. The flock thickens over the roiling salt brightness. Listen, maybe such devotion in which one holds the world in the clasp of attention isn't the perfect prayer, but it must be close. For the sorrow, whose name is doubt, is thus subdued, and not through the weaponry of reason, but of pure submission. Tell me, what else could beauty be for? And now the tide is at its very crown. The birds sprinkle down, gathering up the loose silver, rising as if weightless. It isn't instruction or a parable. It isn't for any vanity or ambition except for the one allowed to stay alive. It's only a nimble frolic over the waves, and you find for hours you cannot even remember the questions that weigh so in your mind. Please bring your awareness back to your body and breath. Gently wake up your body, making small movements. And then please bend your knees and roll onto your right side in a fetal position to seal the practice. And in doing so, you're sealing off the hot, fiery, masculine side of your body, which is bright, energetic. And you're exposing the feminine, cool side of your body, dark and calm and quiet. And thus will carry you for the rest of your day. Please slowly push up to seated. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May the entire universe be filled with peace and joy, love and light. Namaste. And Jai Yogis. Thank you for being here.